What is going on, guys? Man, this is LSU Recruiting HQ. I'm your host, Michael, and man, I got a special interview for you guys today. We are interviewing future LSU Tiger in class of 2024 tight end Tayvion Galloway. Um, you guys probably might not know who he is, but I promise you by the end of this interview, you are going to be as an LSU fan, you're gonna be more in love with him than ever. He is a great kid, stands up for what he believes in, and obviously is a super talented player. We'll go ahead and jump right into it, man, and let you guys check out the interview, man. Thank you guys. If you haven't already, man, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, like the video, and make sure you go follow Tavion on all social medias, and also follow LSU Recruiting HQ for all these types of new interviews that we're going to be doing throughout the off season, throughout the season next year. All right, guys, what's going on? This is LSU Recruiting HQ, and I have a special guest with me today. He is one of the top prospects in the class of 2024. Tayvion Galloway, tight end from Ohio, has 30 plus D1 offers. Finished this past season, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I looked it up: 36 catches, 700 yards, 6 touchdowns, a complete solid season. He's one of the best players, not only in Ohio, but the whole entire country, rated as the eighth best tight end, top 100 150 player in the nation according to 24/7, and a multiple sport athlete. And we are super excited to have him on board today, man. How's it going today, Tavion?
I was doing good. How you doing?
I can't complain, man. It's been a crazy week, man. I'm sure you got a lot of things going on, man. So we'll jump straight into it, man.
Sure.
So talking obviously LSU stuff here, man. What about Brian Kelly and LSU really made it feel like a place that you could possibly call home?
One of the biggest things for me with LSU was really the connections I was able to build with the entirety of the coaching staff. With Coach Kelly, he was recruiting me at Notre Dame before he even came over to LSU, and Coach Denbrock, the tight end coach, he was at Cincinnati recruiting me there too. And with me already having prior connections with them before they even built their staff together, that made it a lot easier for me to just get comfortable with the team and everything like that, the whole entirety of the staff. And then also just knowing what Coach Kelly can do with the tight ends, him and Coach Denbrock, that's just like a tight end's dream with them being on the same staff. I know me going there, I'll definitely get the production that I need to make it to the league one day.
Absolutely, yeah, man. One thing we all saw coming in with Brian Kelly was the production from the tight end room, all the tight ends that he's put in the NFL. And you could see with how he's recruiting now that he's making that position for sure a point of emphasis in his offense for the future. So many places obviously recruiting you, being a national, hyped player, a top prospect in the class of 2024. Um, what went into the kind of the decision to commit to LSU so early and shutting things down so soon with I'm sure you still get phone calls, texts every day from coaches and stuff like that. What went into that process and you committed, I believe it was July, correct?
Yeah, I committed on July, I believe, 23rd. But the reason I decided to commit so early was just I felt so confident in the way that LSU recruited me and everything that they showed me. I just felt confident that that was the school that I really wanted to be at. I had talked with God, I had talks with God about it. I talked to my family about it, and it really just seemed like it was the perfect place for me. It seemed like the perfect fit. So really just sitting down and thinking on it and talking to Coach Denbrock, talking to Coach Kelly, it just felt like a good idea to just commit then. And I was really just confident in it. I felt like no other school had showed me the love that LSU showed me, and then just also reassured me that I'd be used the correct way and grew the way that I needed to get to the league once someday in the future. So that really just brought me all into the BK effect.
That's what's up, man. That's good to hear, man. I'm sure all the LSU fans out there are gonna love that answer. But man, one of my favorite things about you and a lot of the guys actually in the 2024 class that have already committed, as LSU fans and as me personally, being on social media, man, between you and Colin Hurley, man. Y'all are quite the recruiters, man. We're gonna have to get Brian Kelly to put y'all on staff or something. LSU currently sits with the number two rated class in the country as of right now. Only 8 players committed. Still super early, but man, do you think that LSU possibly has a chance to maybe reign as the number one class in 2024 with the guys you could possibly bring in?
Yeah, I definitely think that there's a big possibility for us to bring in the number one recruiting class. I mean, whenever you just got like the recruiting staff that LSU has, like it's all good people, it's easy people to just connect with, and then just the culture LSU has, having Brian Kelly there, and then just like all the coaches at each position. I feel like we can really get top players in the nation at every position, and I see no reason why LSU can't be a top recruiting class in the nation.
Yeah, man, it surely is shaping up that way, man. I know when everybody, Brian Kelly got hired and everybody, was skeptical of how he recruit down here, but man, he has done nothing but magical things in the recruiting with this year and then classes in the future.
Yeah.
So obviously, growing up in Ohio, man, I'm sure you got a lot of Buckeyes fans around you, and that team obviously probably reigns superior in the state of Ohio. But is there anything that maybe when you're growing up, as a child, that national brand that LSU has, maybe watching them on TV, and anything at a younger age that said, "Hey, man, maybe I could possibly go play for LSU one day"?
Yeah, see, whenever I was younger, playing like football wasn't even really on my mind. I was mainly like a basketball guy. Basketball was the sport that I was always playing and training at whenever I was younger. But as I got older and started realizing my potential and my ceiling in football, that's really whenever I started getting big on football. But back then, I never really looked at football and imagined me playing at the D1 level.
Yeah, man, for sure. I've seen you posting some of the basketball highlights, man, and that's for sure, man. You're a heck of a basketball player. I'm sure that position at tight end and basketball kind of go cohesive, and there's a lot of development you can get from playing basketball. Did you ever, I mean, obviously you said it, you didn't really, focus on football very often. Is there what kind of drew you to maybe start taking this football thing more serious?
So really, a big part of the reason was the person. He like helps manage my recruitment now. His name's Darren Gamble. He runs a recruiting service called DJRS. He basically got a hold of me during my well, it was right before my sophomore season. He seen me at like a little 7-on-7 before the season, and he said he just seen me doing things and he really seen like potential in me. And he asked me if I really wanted to go D1, if I really wanted to play college football, I want to put the work in. And I told him I would. I put my trust in him. He put my trust in him. He put his trust in me. And we just started working, and that just got us where we are today.
Definitely, man. That's super cool to see, man. I always like hearing about how people get to where they are today. And obviously, you've had a lot of people in your life that have guided you through this process and continue to guide you through these processes. Because the world of college football, man, is changing. There's so many people involved these days. It's good to have that close-knit group that you can count on for advice.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure. It definitely takes a village to make it this far. I mean, you need a bunch of great people around you to support you.
yeah, man. So obviously, football season's over. I'm sure you're probably playing basketball right now currently, right?
Yeah, so actually with that, I started out this season playing basketball. And as the basketball season went on, I started actually losing a lot of like weight unhealthily just from doing all the running. I was still lifting on the side with basketball, but I was losing a lot of weight. So me and my coach came to the conclusion just for me to like retire the season early.
Okay, well, that's that's always good, man. It's always do what's best for you in your future. Uh, um, Obviously, I'm sure you enjoy playing basketball, so that kind of sucks about it, missing out uh on a season of something you love. But
Yeah.
the goals of this upcoming season, your senior season of high school, maybe you didn't accomplish certain things that you want to accomplish next year. What are some of the personal goals, maybe like national awards or state awards? And then what are some of your team goals that you have set out for your high school?
Yeah, so some of my personal goals going into my senior season, I obviously want to make first team All Ohio. This previous season, I got third team All Ohio. I think I had a pretty good season, but there's definitely a lot of things I can improve on. I'll definitely want to try to get 1,000 yard reception season with like 10 plus touchdowns. I believe I could have did it this past season, but things play out how they play out. So I just got to keep working at it and do what I can to get there. But as far as my team, this previous season we lost against London in the first round. I definitely want to be able to redeem ourselves from that. I want to go out with a bang for my senior season and see how far we can get. But I definitely want to make it past the first round with my team.
Yeah, man, that's a good set of goals to have. So obviously, man, we are a long ways from National Signing Day, man. Tell all the LSU fans and calm everybody's nerves, man. How locked in are you with LSU currently?
Hey man, right now I am 1,000% locked in with LSU. I know a lot of people like to just throw that around, but I really am in love with the program. I'm in love with everybody on the staff and everything about Baton Rouge. The fans have shown me nothing but hospitality and love, and I can't thank them anymore for that. But I can't do anything more to reassure you that I'm 1,000% locked in with LSU, and y'all don't got to worry about nothing else. Go Tigers!
Yeah, man, you're always gonna have those guys out there that are always gonna, speculate and throw rumors around there. But, I'm one of those guys until it comes from the horse's mouth, man. I don't believe anything.
Yeah,
And hearing you say that, I'm sure is gonna have a lot of LSU fans sleeping good at night, knowing that you're gonna be a future Tiger.
for
Now,
sure.
as we kind of wrap up this interview, man, you came to me on Twitter. I don't even know how long ago it was. Um, but I love to see younger guys standing up for things that they believed in, and I kind of wanted to kind of give you the floor on this thing. You brought up to me about getting a petition signed in Ohio to allow athletes to participate in spring football and 7-on-7 teams and using your platform. And can you share kind of the progress that's been going on with that and behind the scenes stuff that LSU fans might not know about?
Yeah, so basically, I decided to start up a petition because here in Ohio, which a lot of other places like allow, and a lot of people don't even know that Ohio doesn't allow this because it's such a weird thing. But as an athlete, if you play like football, you're really not allowed to do like no travel 7-on-7 or anything like that. Like we do a little bit, you can do a little bit of 7-on-7 with your team, like before season, like it's basically scrimmages, like prior to the season, but we're not allowed to do like official 7-on-7 tournaments, like basically like AAU basketball. We can't do that in a football wise, and I don't see why Ohio does that. So I basically just been trying to push for Ohio to allow that, just like any other school, because a lot of states like Texas and Florida, places like that, they play football all year round, whereas in Ohio we're really not allowed to do things like that. And even with like spring ball, we have like limited things we're allowed to do with our football team. So I was just pushing for Ohio to allow us athletes to be able to do things like that to allow us to grow. Because I don't see it as nothing but a roadblock for athletes in Ohio. Like I don't see what good it's causing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's awesome that you feel so strongly about that you can move and use your platform, to maybe not help you, but maybe help future athletes coming behind you that'll surely be grateful for that opportunity. Um Man, if we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up, man, it has been great talking to you. I'm 100%. If you can send me that link to that petition, man, I'm gonna put it in the link or in the bio and share that link again just to let everybody know what you're about, man. And I'm sure after everybody watches this interview, man, LSU fans are be nothing but pleased, man. You've been a great interview, and I appreciate you spending some time with us today.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for having me. Go Tigers.
All right, guys, that's all I got for you guys today, man. If you enjoyed today in the interview with Tavion, man, I know I did. Such a wholesome kid who, like I said, man, he always stands up for what he believes in, and he is going to be a great future LSU Tiger, and we're super excited to have him on the show. But man, if you guys haven't already, if you're still watching, please subscribe to the channel and make sure to like this video and leave your comments. Obviously, all the information with his petition and stuff will be in the bio. I also put the links to some of his social media so you guys can give him a follow. And like I said, man, it's been a great interview, and I will see you guys next time.